Hello everyone, thank you for checking out my channel and for clicking on this video. If this is your first time watching on my channel, my name is Nanette. I'm the creator of Do What You Love by Nanette. I am a hotelier by profession and a succulent lover. I make videos that are particular to succulents with a big focus on care guides and propagation. In today's video, I thought I will show you what happened to my Crassula Ovata. I made an attempt to replant them because they were sitting on the east side of our backyard and they're getting too much sunlight. They ended up burning. So let's go ahead and take a look. Join me. Welcome to my greenhouse. Now you're seeing the Crassula Ovata that I attempted to replant. Once again, I trimmed the roots, I aired them out, but my mistake was I exposed them to direct sunlight. I checked on them the following day as I was ready to replant, and this is what I saw. Lesson learned, at least for me, never expose your cuttings to direct sunlight, especially in the summertime. We live in Northern California and the average temperature for the past week is anywhere between 60 and 80 degrees. While succulents are drought-tolerant plants, this doesn't mean they love the heat. Depending on where they originate from, because some species can actually handle full sun and even thrive in these conditions. I have been experimenting with succulents and heat because all my succulents are outside. So please learn from my mistake and make sure you keep your succulents cool enough throughout the warmest weeks of summer. And speaking of hot summer, those spots that you're seeing are from spider mites. They're very active during the summer period. I have been constantly removing spider webs. Spider mites are awful little pests. Thankfully, we can control them as we would mealybugs. There are different ways to get rid of them. Some people use water with a little bit of soap. Some people use alcohol. But in my case, I actually use this garden insect killer that I get from Lowe's. It works for me very, very well. So you can give it a try if you want. I will put the link in the description below. Let's go back to our Crassula Ovata. Our goal is to save as many as we can. So we would like to just trim the affected part and of course replant whatever we can save. I will of course still air them out before I replant them, but in the shaded part so that we don't repeat the mistake we just had. This Crassula Ovata golem is doing okay. We don't have to trim any portion of it. We just have to replant it and make sure we hydrate it. See those leaves? It's so wrinkly. That's a big indication that this Crassula Ovata golem has been underwatered. And we will do the same for our Crassula Ovata tricolor. We don't have to trim any part of it. We just have to replant it along with our Crassula Ovata golem. And that is the most amazing thing about succulents. They can easily get back to life for as long as you have these three important things followed. Proper watering, the right soil, and most importantly, the right amount of sunlight for them. This is a great example of well-draining soil. See those white stuff? Those are perlites. Believe it or not, perlite is a form of a glass, to be exact, a volcanic glass that is mined and heated in big oven until it pops. It's organic because it's mined mineral and it's super light, which reminds me of a loose styrofoam. And then when mixed with potting soil, it lightens the soil and allow more air around our roots, and it helps retain moisture, which is, as you all know, very critical to our precious succulents. If our succulents sit constantly in wet soil, it will cause the roots to rot because they get too much water. Then the cells in the roots and leaves will fall apart and eventually our succulents will die. By the way, this fabric pot that you're seeing is my recovery pot. This is where I transfer all my dying and struggling succulents. I pull them out from their original pot and transfer to this one. This helps me monitor them because I place this pot in a very controlled temperature. The succulents that you're seeing right now have one thing in common. They all cannot tolerate full sun and they suffer from sun damage when exposed to intense heat. Hence, they're all here together. This applies to most succulents. They will need at least 3 hours of direct sun every day. These pots are 5-gallon fabric pots and I got them from Lowe's. I believe I paid $19.99 for each. But if you want something smaller, you can get a 5-pack from Amazon and it will only cost you $9.99. Going back to our Crassula Ovata, these are the ones that we are able to save. We did great actually. I thought we will be saving less. So once again, we just trimmed the affected part and I will air them out, but this time in the shaded part of our backyard.
Oh, let's talk about watering. So once I'm done replanting our Crassula ovatas, I will most likely stay away from watering them for at least 2 weeks. They are getting acclimated to their new soil. It's a new territory for them. So I will let them settle in first and then I will go back to the way I water my Crassula ovatas, like what you see in this video. This section right here that you're seeing right now is where I have all my Crassula ovatas. This is on the southwest side of our backyard and they are thriving here. I love it.
It's been 1 week since we replanted our Crassula ovatas and let's take a look. Here they are. I think they are thriving. They are happy with the temperature in our greenhouse and just getting enough sunlight all throughout the day. I had so much fun and certainly learned something. My biggest takeaway in today's video is when we attempt to repot our succulents, but specifically for my Crassula ovata, and during summer, exposing them to direct sunlight after cutting the roots is not ideal and definitely not recommended. I hope you learned something, and if you like what you saw, maybe you can like this video and hit that subscribe button. I would like to see you in my next video. Until next time.